Transformers Studio Series is one of my favorite lines that we've had in the last 10 years, if I'm being honest. I feel like it showed a variety of different figures that we really wanted to get, but there are still a few figures that we still haven't gotten. Like, I really feel like that we haven't gotten good quality figures for these specific characters. So this video is going to be my top 5 figures that I want to get in that Studio Series Age of the Primes line. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, I have the twins from Revenge of the Fallen, Skids and Mudflap.
Get your ugly face! I'm ugly when we twins, you stupid genius!
Despite their controversy, we only really got a handful of figures from them, one iteration being them as an ice cream truck, and then one iteration being them as their individual entities, and with each of them having their own alt mode. I personally believe that we should still get another form of them just for the people that have missed out in getting the Revenge of the Fallen mainline figures for Skids and Mudflap. Unique Toys actually did make their own rendition of it, and they do look really sick. And I still feel like, despite the controversy, we the fans deserve Studio Series edition of Skids and Mudflap. Coming in at number 4 is Hound.
I'm like a fat ballerina.
Hound was actually one of my favorite characters in Transformers Age of Extinction. He was funny. He was a pretty good replacement for Ironhide, even though no one can replace Ironhide. But I still feel like his character, he gave me like more of a bulkhead type of vibe from Transformers Prime. And I feel like he really deserved to have his own figure, especially since the mainline figures we got from him from both the Age of Extinction line and the Last Night line were very subpar. I mean, the Age of Extinction line, I really did not like the arms. I actually had that version of the figure, and the arms were just so like weird, bro. I don't know. And the head sculpt wasn't the best. The color was off. The Age of Extinction version isn't really that good. And you go to the Last Night. In the Last Night, I feel like the color scheme is better, but the feet were weird. I mean, they couldn't stand well. The posability wasn't the best. The head sculpt was a little better, but still, it didn't really show the embodiment of Hound. And I feel like it's really hard to find a good Hound figure, even when you go into the third parties. I would really love if Hasbro makes a Studio Series version of Hound. Coming in at number 3, I have either the concept art of Unicron from the Bayverse movies or an 86 version of Unicron. We need to get a Titan class of Unicron. I feel like Unicron is one of the hardest characters to find a figure for. Like, I know there's a couple of figures that you can get if you go from third party or you get one of the higher end figures, but I would really love, like they did with Grimlock having a Titan class, I would love if they would make a huge Titan class or make an even new class for Unicron. I mean, that would be insane. Imagining having a huge Unicron to go with the rest of your 86 line. That would be sick. Coming in at number 2 are the rest of the Dinobots besides Grimlock. We actually got 2 versions of Grimlock. First, we got a leader class, and now we're getting a Titan class. And that Titan class is set for pre-order, so you can actually get them right now. So Studio Series already made all the Dinobots for the G1 line, for the 86 line, and they're continuing to actually make a repaint of them to make it for the G2 line. My thing is, why not finish up the rest of the Bayverse ones? Because Grimlock's been out for who knows, like since wave 1, because I believe it's number 7 in the Studio Series like count. And on top of that, they're remaking it to match the size of this actual Optimus. Why not start making the rest of them like Strafe? Like Strafe would be a great one to be next, you know what I mean? But what do y'all think about that? But anyway, before we go to the number 1 figure I want to get, we're going to go ahead and do some honorable mentions. One of the honorable mentions I have would be the dispenser bot from Transformers 1. That Monendu like vending machine that turned into a Transformer from the Allspark. That would honestly be sick. Another honorable mention would be in a live Prowl. I feel like we got a version of Prowl from Buzzworthy, but we didn't get a version of him actually alive to put with the rest of the 86 crew. Anyway, the number 1 character that I want to have its own Studio Series figure, it's all of the Transformers Prime cinematic universe. Dude, it's crazy. Transformers Prime is one of the most popular shows to come out from Transformers, and it's debatably the best Transformers show we have ever gotten. Yet we haven't gotten a new version, a new upgrade on the figures that we got besides from the mainline. Don't get me wrong, some of the mainline figures like mainline Optimus, mainline Ultra Magnus, mainline Bumblebee, they're great figures, but keep in mind, they're over a decade old. You know what I mean? It would be great if Studio Series, you know how they have like a gamer edition, mainly towards the Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron line, they would make one for Prime. So it would be Transformers Prime Universe 1, Transformers Prime Universe 2, and so on. And we can get all of the characters that we wanted. I need Knockout. I need Ultra Magnus because this guy is super expensive as of right now. I need a new upgrade on my Optimus because I have the original line version of this Optimus, but I would love to get an upgrade because look at this backpack. Look at the feet. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that they can change and make better for these characters. These characters deserve a new iteration. They have released some iterations of the Transformer Prime figures like RC, Cliffjumper, Bulkhead, but they're really subpar. Like the ones from the Legacy line are really subpar. They deserve, this show being as peak as it is, deserves to get their own subline in Studio Series specifically for them. And we can start off with Transformers Prime Verse number 1 being Optimus Prime, number 2 being Bumblebee, number 3 being Knockout, number 4 being Megatron, number 5 being, who should be number 5? Oh, Ultra Magnus, and so on. Anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But yeah, man, it's your boy TS Nation signing off. Have a good one, guys.